Beloved Saints, today's 5-minute message of redemptive history is about Ahaziah in the History of Kings of Israel, Part 1, from the 4th book of Redemptive History series, God's Profound and Mysterious Providence. Ahaziah was the 3rd king of the 4th dynasty of the northern kingdom of Israel, and overall, he was the 8th king of the northern kingdom of Israel. Ahaziah was the son of Ahab, the most wicked king of Israel, and his name means the Lord has grasped. As the name signifies, God has taken a hold of Ahaziah on numerous occasions, but he refused to listen to God's warnings, and thus he died only 2 years into his reign. At this time in Part 1, let us examine how Ahaziah walked in the sinful ways of his parents. Ahaziah knew all too well how his father Ahab had died a wretched death because he had committed idolatry and lived in defiance against God. Nevertheless, he did not abandon the unbelieving ways of his parents. He followed in their footsteps by worshiping Baal and committing all kinds of sins. 1 Kings 22 verses 52 to 53 states, Ahaziah did evil in the sight of the Lord, and walked in the way of his father, and in the way of his mother, and in the way of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who caused Israel to sin. So he served Baal and worshipped him, and provoked the Lord God of Israel to anger, according to all that his father had done. Here the word worship is sahah in Hebrew, and this is in a hithpael form, indicating that Ahaziah voluntarily and proactively worshipped idols. Therefore, Ahaziah received the judgment of God not only because of his parents' influence, but also because of the sins that he committed on his own. His sins were so great that Ahaziah was described as very wicked in 2 Chronicles 20 verse 35. It states, After this, Jehoshaphat king of Judah allied himself with Ahaziah king of Israel, who acted very wickedly. This verse is describing when King Ahaziah allied with the pious King Jehoshaphat to build ships at Ezion-Geber in the Gulf of Aqaba to send to Tarshish. However, God had Eleazar prophesy to King Jehoshaphat, saying, Because you have made an alliance with Ahaziah, the Lord will destroy what you have made. This is recorded in 2 Chronicles 20, verse 37. What was amazing was that ships were broken and could not go to Tarshish as soon as God's prophecy was declared. 2 Chronicles 20 verse 37 says, The ships were wrecked and were not able to set sail for Tarshish. Everyone, Jehoshaphat was a pious king who believed in God, but he allied himself with wicked Ahaziah, which led to the destruction of the ships. In 2 Chronicles 20 verse 35, the word allied in Hebrew is habar, and this is in the hithpael form, and this indicates that Jehoshaphat voluntarily and proactively allied himself with Ahaziah. Everyone, it is absolutely improper for devout people of God to proactively seek out alliances with those who commit wicked deeds. Beloved Saints, Hezekiah, the 13th king of the southern kingdom of Judah, also could have become a wicked king like King Ahaziah of Israel. The reason is because Hezekiah had a wicked father named King Ahaz, who could have influenced him to act wickedly. However, he did not become like Ahaziah. Instead, he held fast or clung to God. 2 Chronicles 18 verses 5 to 6 states, Hezekiah trusted in the Lord, the God of Israel, so that after him there was none like him among all the kings of Judah, nor among those who were before him. For he clung to the Lord. He did not depart from following him, but kept his commandments, which the Lord had commanded Moses. This verse shows us why Hezekiah prospered wherever he went. Today, let us not live our life holding fast to those who are wicked. Instead, let us cling to God in our life of faith and prosper. I bless in the name of the Lord.